Have to clear my throat. So I start off the adventure over here. Alright, what do I need to start out? Alright, got a boat. And we're good for right now. Alright. After Kratos left Greece, after destroying the world in his rage, he floated in a lifeboat after his main ship got capsized, and he fell unconscious on here after his vessel got destroyed in a giant wave. The boat floated down to the world, and right now Kratos is unconscious. But what he doesn't know is that he is venturing into a new world, a new mythos. And as he's lying on the boat unconscious, it's floating away in the current. He makes his the current makes his way to towards the skeletal remains of whatever beast this is. And gosh, he makes his way there and gets caught in it. Luckily, a few fishermen nearby were able to tug the boat clear after it got caught and bring the god of war, without knowing who he is, back to society, where they deliver him to the city settlement of Oros. Yeah, I made that up, but yeah. They bring him next to the water well and splash water on him, which wakes him up. And he grabs a villager in his rage, but doesn't kill the person. As he calms down, he looks around, confused and dazed. Wait, humans survived? And then the person he just sort of injured told him that after the great disaster, people started finding settlements in distant lands, far away from where the disaster first spread from, and they were fine up in the mountains. They tell him that he can't stay here, for they know who he is, and they don't want him. He doesn't want to fight them. So he decides to leave in the morning. The village elder lets him stay in the hut and rest for the night. As he wakes up at the dawn's light, the mayor of this town gives him a few items. A wooden sword and some garments. And they give him a second pair for free. They also give him some food and tell him food and some give him some food. And where's cake? Okay. They give him some food, and it's raining, but he decides to go out. They tell Kratos to go from the. You can also give him a map and tell him to go to west, and go to the west side of town and leave. He does so. Without looking, without thanking them, he looks back, nods, and decides to keep going outside of the area. However, someone stops him and tells him that there is a port nearby. It's by the mountains to the southwest. But be careful, because there are monsters there. He keeps going and spots a horse. He thinks it's some type of food, but he kills it because it attacked him. He hides underneath the canopy of the trees for a bit to eat. Oops. Don't do that. Alright, there we go. Change it to adventure. He hides here for a while, but the rain does not stop. He watches as a village down the hill is not quite bustling because of the rain. He walks towards the edge of the river, looks around. He sees the only way to get out of this area where he is not welcome is to go through the town and go over the bridge. Not everyone is quite angry at him. Some people just hated the gods of old. But everyone knows that gods can easily come back. He raids this house an empty house. He checks his map. He hasn't even explored most of the area. But he should do that. He keeps walking until he finds a path. And it would lead him to a port. How many years has he drifted away unconscious? No one knows. But he must keep going. A dog. It doesn't look to be a feral, so he lets it be. He knows there is danger around. There's always danger. He looks in the trees. He thought he saw something, but it was nothing. He keeps climbing, looking around. Another wolf. He comes to another river and sees some stepping stones. He tries with all his might to successfully make it across the river. Unfortunately, the first time around, he gets... Ah, gosh. I'm gonna take it off. He gets pushed downstream again until he uses his sword to hold him in place. He climbs out again and tries again. He sees a bird. He kills it for food, even though he has a small supply of food. He looks around He senses danger, as if there's a creature lurking around, but he should be fine. He successfully grabs on, even though he slipped. He was able to make it to the other side of the river. He sees another dog. As long as he makes it down the hill, he should be fine. He makes it down the hill, but it's nighttime. His travel is made at nighttime. It looks like people are inside. Gosh, I should probably spawn in some people. Alright, get some. Where's the egg? Alright. Two women meet him. One just spazzes out slightly, and then the other does the same. They tell Kratos that they have a spot upstairs for him to sleep at, but he decides to go outside, sensing danger afoot. They run after him, but telling him the town is dangerous at night, but he doesn't listen. And, oh yeah, that's why it's doing that. There is danger out. He looks around, trying to find the fight. He's been desperately wanting to do. With all the anger out, he wants to do something. Do something good for the people instead of letting his rage take control. He clears out this cave that is also a shipbuilding port. It looks like they were building another ship. It seems the cave has been cleared of all of the mobs, the monsters inside. He goes back. Ah, gosh, my head got itchy. That was not part of the roleplay, that was just me talking. A villager thanks him for clearing out the cave where they work on ships. A bat comes near him. A vampire bat. He chases it, but it gets away. He settles in for the night with these two guys. Fighters. A fighter and a noble Viking and his family. They say he can figure out what happened to his family. I mean, to Kratos' they can help Kratos, but they won't. Help him just yet. They say he can use the facilities. Yet again, he sleeps, tired. They say Kratos looks around and gets some more food and supplies. He moves on, and they say farewell. But before he is, after he gets out of the fort, a man bumps into him and tells him that he needs help. Far to the southwest, over the hills, is a young lad who tried to prove himself to his father that he could go on to war and got lost in the cold deserts. Kratos is not really caring at first. Um, Decides to ignore the request, but after remembering about his children, his child, his daughter, he decides to go look. Decides to go look for the child. He climbs up the mountain. While no one else can go look for the kid because they're busy, which is kind of bad parenting, Kratos decides to go. He was told to follow this hillside. Kratos runs. He runs to the hillside. He is told not to jump in the water because the water over there is frigid, really cold. But he is allowed to cross the passes. But he now has to cross the river. This water's so he puts out his old boat that he was found with. He gets stuck. He falls in the river and loses some health, but was able to cross the river. He pulls out his sword. He does not have. He abandoned his blades of chaos because there's no need for them. He climbs up the mountainside. He makes sure he sees some ruined structure, maybe a pillar or something. He decides to look around the area, see if there's people nearby, raiders or something, but does not see anything. He then continues his quest to find the lost child. He travels his way to the Arctic-like waters. The waters of cold. He makes his way to an abandoned boat, an abandoned warship that looks like it's from Greece. He gets in the boat, finds no one, but he does find proof of the boy while looking around. The boy was here. He probably got lost. Doesn't look like there's any more boats to look through. But then he sees 3 other boats. He looks in this boat and finds no one. But then a shot was fired. An arrow narrowly missed Kratos. It is a druid, an evil person, an evil witch. You block the next arrow, but these are deadly arrows. One hit kill arrows. You hurt the druid. It decides to flee. And after you kill it, you found more stuff. Apparently there's another note. You hear something nearby. You get ready. You see something in the water nearby. You look to examine the creature in the water. It looks like a shark or a piranha. You think you can fish it. But it ignores it. Well, since it's not bothering you, you decide to keep going. The adventure continues. And as you finish looking around the next ship, you see a camp. You see that it turns nighttime, and you see a campfire in an old pillar castle tower. You decide to go there. You decide the best idea would go there. As you make your way closer, you slowly become more quiet. And you look at the moon. It has a face. The moon is back. But you finally notice that there was light in this town, meaning there's a new sun. There's a new sun god and moon god. Which means there's more gods. However, you don't know if they are... And it fell in the water. You fell in the water, you're cold, but you survive. Alright, so you make your way up to the tower. I'm still gonna fly, but... a creature that was looking around found you. You instinctively got away from it, making sure that no one got hurt. You make your way into the castle, and an arrow shoots at you. It's the boy. Foolish child, you say. You reprimand him for doing stuff so recklessly, and you bring him back. You decide to bring him back to his father. But the boy doesn't want to go. So, you decide, first one that gets to the top wins. And that's how we'll decide. You fall down once or twice. But that was just to make the kid think you were weak. But afterwards, you jumped with ease just to prove a point that you were taking it easy on him. Yeah. The kids are just about to reach you as you're about to jump up. He slips. You grab him. Put that away. You grab him as he slips. And he apologizes. And then you decide to go back. So you jump down with him on your back. All the way down to the floor. Though it stings your knees, you are above that pain. You decide to take him back. You decide to follow the path. But as you're... Oh gosh, someone is attacking us. The kid cries It looks like a skeleton, but it's okay. He lost sight of you. He lost sight of us. You're sure the kid. There's augers out too. You decide the best way is to fall down a waterfall. The kid holds on for dear life. But you manage to get out. You manage to get out and make your way back to civilization within the whole one night. You abandon your boat. You abandon your boat and you climb jump up the side of this cold mountain. And you make your way over Kratos probably couldn't do this in the newer game or in the older game, but I'm just running with it. I died. Checkpoint. Yeah, I just died. You got defeated, but the boy dragged you back. You were defeated, but the boy dragged you back to a safe distance away from the monsters. Where is this thing? And once again he does the same. And just as I get outside, that happens too. Oh, I got blown up by another creeper. This is kind of getting annoying. But yeah. Eventually, after taking the whole night, you make your way back with the kid. You make it back up the ruined hill that connects the area. And that guy blew up. So now, defeating all the monsters, you make your way up. I'm gonna kill this guy because I don't like these guys when they do that. Alright, there we go. Alright, you make it out in the morning. You make it back to morning. You run back to the village, avoiding most of the monsters in the area. You make your way back to the civilization, and the father is very glad you got him, you returned him. That he gives you some money, which he gives you one diamond. which you then use to buy materials. Alright, he makes his way to the hut of the village chief, who then tells him that after you left, things got worse here. And that he is needed here. Oops. So now he must fend off the evil invaders. This is a peaceful race of people, not a evil or you. Dang it! I hate those guys. I hate these guys so much. They're making the game really harder than it needs to be. Alright, so while facing off, Kratos discovers that these ones are hard. Harder than the monsters on the way back, and decides that he should probably upgrade his weapons. So he enters the two brothers' shop and decides to trade in a diamond. Well, he decides to trade in his sword, which has been lost. Let's just say it's been lost. He gets a brand new sword in the form of a iron sword, which is pretty decent type. Okay, they also give him some food. Decided to stay for a while. And I'm gonna get rid of the oxygen. I'm eating a raw chicken. Alright, Kratos decides to suit up and defend the village. They don't know who he is, but they decide that he is the best fighter around, so he must fight the monsters. You take hits in the battle, but you leveled up a bit. They call it when you get stronger. There's power levels in that there are levels in this area, which are rankings. You clear out the old port master house. You defeat the skeleton with almost ease, but you take a few hits. Alright, you look around for more creatures to destroy in the area. You see another monster nearby. However, you take damage. You take great damage in the battle. You were able to stop one of them from bombing. One of the monsters that could explode. You protected yourself. Protected the place instead of yourself. As you face off against the other monsters. You jump backwards this time, prepared for the battle. You jump in the water, noticing it's actually kind of cold, but not as cold as the frigid waters to the southeast. You decide to swim fight. By killing the swimming zombie, by killing it, you practically cleared the area of Alright, turn back to adventure. Now that the area has been freed of a rampage of you come back out for a second time, a third time. Now with the area conquered, you talk with the village leader. He approves of you living here, but you must partake in battle. Apparently they've been sent on. The villagers, the warriors in the village have been sent on a request. A request to visit the Valhalla, as there is an evil threat that is plaguing the lands, and all warriors have been edicted to go there. All capable battle hands. So you climb out with the group. You help them cross the river as you did yourself. You help them cross the river. But some of them fell in the water and didn't make it. But you try to help as much as you can. You try to make it into before nightfall. But it might be too late. Honestly, I can't tell if it's nightfall or not. So I'm gonna make it day. We are to make our way up. Kratos leads the men. They go down. They go up. He protects them from. They go down low, and he protects them, and keeps watch ahead, making sure no monsters plague their caravan. Finally, they make themselves to another village, where they make themselves to a new village. One that is of a great importance. Yeah, plus and you can also fly. you have the ability to fly. And once again, I'll speed run to here. You make it to the city. The city is an abandoned colony. You and your men decide to to settle here. This is the area you will be living at for a while. We will be living at for a while. Eventually, they make their way up. Eventually, the group makes their way up. The group makes their way up through a beam. A light beam brings them up the tree where the gods stand. You have no idea why Kratos. They have no idea that Kratos, a former god of war, and still a god, he's not the god of war anymore, but he is gosh, he decides to think about what the gods of this world will be like. Will they be uh will they are they just sending us to our doom, or are they just kind? We have stopped on the at the top of the staircase that leads to the throne room. The guards will check us, and everyone comes out with everyone pulls out a diamond. The same, they all look the same, as if the father was actually, as if the father that lost his son had more heirlooms that are the same. Turns out that all the people here, all were stranded here from after the Great Cataclysm, which happened over 1,000 years ago. So Kratos has been in exile and unconscious for well over 1,000 years. You give the people there, you give the people the stone. Alright, get that out. Alright, looks like there. I need to be in creative, honestly. Creative, so I can get rid of these. There we go. So now you make your way up, and you see the new Patreon of this new god order. He declares that all of you have been selected to because he needs warriors to fight the evil frost giants. However, he says that only everyone will have to lose all their stuff, and they have to destroy their stuff in the fires near them. I'm not sure if fires can actually burn everything. Alright, it doesn't work that way. Alright, it doesn't work that way. You are alright. So I have to find some lava, or just like delete everything, and that happens. So yeah, we are told that we are to in of your own choosing, but only you have to build them. And because of that, I'm gonna empty out, and that happened. Alright. Yeah, I just pressed a different button than I wanted to. And it keeps doing that. Nope. Ah, frick. Yeah, I'm actually in. Alright, Alright, so you give all your stuff up to the gods because they are because this would be a trial to see how far they go. In the meantime, we are welcomed to go here. To we are welcomed to visit, to look around the tower and explore. Oh, what's this thing? So you decide to explore the actual place. You find out that there's a paradise, but we're supposed to protect it. Alright, I have no idea where I'm going, honestly. Oh, it just leads out to the fields and stuff. Okay. But yeah. Many people dropped out of this thing. They were told to drop out of this hole that would bring them back to the world of the living. They would not ever come back here. And their soul would be damned or whatever, but yeah, well, not really, but you try to do the same thing because you don't really care what happens to the world. But apparently you're not allowed to die. So you're floated back up. And one of the maid tenants, the tenants of the field's like, we need you. So, yeah, you have to atone for your sins. You have to atone your sins by helping us face off against our enemies. So you do so. But I'm gonna actually look around. Honestly, I have never been this. I've only been in the castle. I've never been in this area before, so I'm actually kind of intrigued. So I'm gonna go up the stairs. Where does this go? Yeah, you just wander around. Kratos wanders around the cat the he wanders around, looking and exploring the areas of the of King. I can't remember what they call Asgard. This is Asgard. However, many places below are. Oh, what's this? Oh wow, this looks kind of cool. Yeah, but you are told to continue working. You are apparently you are not allowed to die or not leave Asgard. You are not allowed to leave Asgard. Alright, where does this go? Honestly, I haven't like fully explored this game map in Minecraft. That's why I'm like kind of looking around. As you wander around, you find a balcony. Honestly, I've never fully explored this map, and it's kind of cool. You decide to stay or stick around, but those who have that are helping against the great ice threat, you decide to help them. In the end, you decide to help the humans and the gods in this world. With your abilities, you may be able to help save the world that is this area, that is this, from the trials. Alright, what is this? Okay, I found like a staircase. Where does it go? Alright. But you feel something's off about the entities living here. As if something familiar is plaguing your mind. Well, what's this? Well, that's what this is. Okay. Alright, so that's this. Alright, so yeah, Kratos decides to look on and figure out why this place seems unreal. You decide to look at some books. Not that you ever tried to, because that's an Athens thing, but you don't know much about the place you are at. So you try to look around for knowledge. It's not that you should, but because it's needed. Alright, I'm gonna stop here because I want to play something else, but I decided to like do I'm gonna do a mini series where I'm playing as Kratos, doing all this stuff in Minecraft. I got rid of all my stuff that I gathered. Oh no, I broke it. Oh no. Didn't want to break that. Ah, screw it. I'll just build another one. Alright, what do I do? Alright, where's the book thing? I'm looking for it. Nope. Chest, ender chest, crafting table, furnace, brewing sand, enchantment table. There we go. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna stop it here. I'll continue the adventures. I'll definitely continue the adventures. Just not now. Why can't I get out? Oh, there's a glass right there. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna make short, a short-length episodic series about like about just an hour long or less. But yeah, I'm gonna do this for like every now and again. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not real good at roleplay, so I wanted to start just practice roleplay by doing my own thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Alright, how do I do this? There.